Hello, hello, hello. Oh, I already know it's going to click on the other one and just go echo. Might as well just chill for a sec. I didn't do it as usual, didn't get it. It's like, how long is the delay? We will find out. Well, it's good, everybody. It is Tuesday night, and you already know time to talk some karate, and we're going to be at Cobra Kai, Season 2, Episode 9. This one's all about the polo. And why is this not starting? Did it not go live?
It started on mine.
Oh, you know what? I forgot. I did a different one. I forgot. Since I redid the thumbnail, I would have had to re-click to a different one. What's up, Jake Cruz? I see you out there. Good to see you. Good to see you. Yep, it is Tuesday night. Ready to talk some Cobra Kai. And what I was just saying is, like last week, I said I was like looking through my thumbnail, trying to find it so I could put it up for the live chat. And I saw a freaking thumbnail underneath it that's a total spoiler. Freaking my man Miguel in like a hospital in like a neck brace. So I'm like, obviously he's got some gnarly shit coming. And I guess I can do spoilers because I'm probably the only one around even watching this that hasn't seen the finale yet. And then all of a sudden I'm watching some other thing, getting ready to watch a review on something. And it freaking shows, I don't know if it was part of the show just putting the clip in or if it was like saying like, you know, trying to pump up season 3 Cobra Kai, but it showed the spoiler of basically how, I don't see who did it or why, but you see Miguel just falling through. Oh, I was mad, dude. So I basically saw that huge spoiler and how it happened, dude. And I was raging, dude. But what's good with what's up with you, Andy? They say the eyebrows are still looking good. How you doing?
My eyebrows look thinner because the color's starting to come out, so they're starting to turn white again. But I'm glad to be back. Sorry that my in-laws had the guest room taken up. You know, family, Christmas time.
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do on the holidays.
Really, I was just trying to avoid you, but you knew we'll get it over with at the end of the year. But yeah. Yeah, it sucks for you to get spoiled on that. I love spoilers. I'm someone that likes spoilers a lot. Like I cannot, if there is something that is more than a week long before I have to find out, I'm gonna look up what's gonna happen. Shit. Sometimes as I'm watching a movie, I will look up what happens at the end of the movie because I don't like suspense.
That's like, just insanity to me. That is absolute insanity. And I mean, yeah, it's been 2 years. It's been out. And I will, trust me, Jake Cruz, I don't watch trailers either. You know me. I mean, I never watched any spoilers for Game of Thrones. I like to see it as it comes. I love the suspense. I like to try to figure it out before it comes. And yeah, the fact that I saw that happens to him, so I didn't know when. I was like, the last 3 episodes, I've been like waiting for it to happen. And then now that I see how it happens, like basically I'm at school falling down. I'm like, still don't know. You know, you get a gist of how it happens. Obviously, a big showdown is going to happen, and somebody kicks him over the railing, but. Man, I was just like, are you kidding me? Like, yeah, I would have liked to see that in like real time and not be spoiled on it. So like I said, I still don't know exactly how it happens or who does it, but I know it's coming and it's kind of irritating. I was like, you gotta be, because that's probably how it's going to end. Like, that's probably the big cliffhanger. I'm just like, are you kidding me? Oh, I was irritated. But let's get into this one. This one's, like I said, season 2, episode, why do I have 8 up? This one's 9. But it's all about the Pulpo, and Pulpo is Spanish for octopus. And this week we flip the script and open with a female montage with both Sam and Tori with a Y practicing their kata. And we get a few shots of Robbie and Miguel working out with them, but it's pretty obvious right out of the gate that this is going to be all about the ladies, isn't it?
Oh, for sure. Bo show.
And there's nothing wrong with that because, you know, got to give the ladies their screen time. They are 2 of the best at the karate, so they're obviously the ones we need to see showcased. Can't wait to see it. And when they first opened up and we see Sam and Robbie walking into the LaRusso household holding hands, I thought like that was pretty brazen of them. I mean, they were definitely ready to tell the parents, but it'd be a bit too late if they were spotted walking in the door holding hands, wouldn't it?
Oh, yeah. I'd be like, especially in this show where like everything is misconstrued in every possible, circumstance, that
exactly. We were going to tell you, but well,
shit, Danny might have came out and thought that he was kidnapping her. You don't know. Like, I this show is crazy with like the misunderstanding. So you're right. That's a good point.
No, it's absolutely insane. I was like, how's this going to happen? And yeah, it was my man Jake Cruz that let me know that they have moved. Even my girl was like, oh, I was going to tell you that. I forgot to. Jake was on it first. He said that they moved the start from season 3 from January 8th to the 1st. So we don't have that extra week. It's actually going to be this Friday starting. So actually going to knock this one out today, and then either today or Wednesday or Thursday, whichever one. Probably Wednesday tomorrow. Going to go ahead and knock out the finale. So just go back to back and just get her done.
Works for me.
Nice. But lo and behold, Robbie sees the last person he ever thought he'd see in there, and it was his mom. And it looks like she's trying to get off the worst mom of the year list. She kind of realized what a lousy mother she's been and even accepts partial blame for Robbie hating his father. But is this enough? I mean, is she off the worst mom of the year, or is she got a long way to go?
Nah, she's still the worst mom, but it's not her coming back into her life or his life that makes her like a better mom in this situation. It's the kind of like, yeah, you're not, you got to take it easy on your dad a little bit. Like that whole thing where her coming to terms with Johnny, like, you're pushing your hate off onto your son, and he deserves a hate for it, but he doesn't deserve that your added shit on top of it. So that's where the good momming comes in.
Oh, snap. We got an old schooler that just hit the chat. Check him out, the man himself, Bridge 4. What's up, buddy? Haven't seen you in a while. Hope Santa was good to you and yours. It's awesome. Good to see you, my man.
Man, for the longest time, I didn't know where Bridge 4 came from. I've been listening to a lot of books at work, and I finally know where Bridge 4 comes from. So that's pretty cool.
Tell the people, where does Bridge 4 come from?
It's from like Brandon Sanderson's books. Like, he's basically, this is going to sound a little, I don't know, over the top, hyperbolic, but he's basically like George R.R. Tolkien levels of greatness in modern fantasy, right? Because he is actually helping the fantasy genre because he's finishing his books, which is a major freaking problem in the fantasy world right now. And he's a good writer. Like, so double the thing. He writes good books and he does them frequently. So great. So get into the Cosmere stuff. If you haven't read it, it's good. You can pretty much start with any series and it doesn't matter that much, but it'd be good if you started with the Mistborn. In my opinion.
Man himself says the Stormlight Archive, favorite series.
Yeah.
Epic High Fantasy, hard magic system, feel it. Getting it in. But that's what the last thing, back to Cobra Kai, that's the last thing I actually had written on here was her one saving grace to me was that she admitted to him that Johnny actually does care about him. And basically she doesn't want him to hate him for her own BS because of what she had, her relationship with him. So I thought that was pretty cool. But over to the Diaz household and Carmen all dressed up and looking hot for her Johnny date. And when he shows up to pick her up, the second word out of his mouth is, wow. How do we feel about these two hooking up?
Great. I mean, I love it personally, but I know. Yeah, maybe. He would, having spent a little time with my in-laws, like he would have a great in-law, relatively speaking. You know what I mean?
It could be worse. He's like, that's an awesome one. The thing is, hey, what's up? I see you out there, Linda. Welcome. Good to see you back. It seems almost like, what if it didn't work out though? It's like they're both so close with Miguel, and like how would that happen? Like if they get close and then all of a sudden that crashes and burns, like wouldn't that be a little hard on Miguel as the little one?
Yeah, and it does kind of mirror like him and his son. God dang, brain fart. Robbie, geez Louise. With Robbie, we just heard about like how a parent's feeling towards someone else can affect the kid. So, it might be hard. You don't know. But I like it, me personally.
I mean, they seem like a match made in heaven, but that was crazy how he just left that chick at the bar that was like a female him. But like you said, it's like two people that are exactly the same. That wouldn't have worked out. It's like you kind of need that opposite attract situation going on.
You need to grow. That's my point. It's like sometimes I make my wife like chill out and she makes me take things more seriously. And it's a good balance.
Speaking of balance, it never takes Grandma Diaz more than a few words to absolutely steal the scene. And the last thing she says to them before she leaves is, "Don't knock her up." And clueless Johnny just says, "Thank you." Like, that was just awesome, dude. I love Nana. She is the best.
Best in-laws.
Oh my God, yeah. That would be epic. She could be in my family any day. But next we hear that Moon is having a party, and she invited Sam and her karate friends to join them. And Sam's mom comes in to say that her and Danielson are going out on a date. So Sam's like, why not? Sam makes mention that she's not worried about Sam because she knows Sam makes good choices. Now we know Sam is about to make some very bad choices in this episode. I don't know. It's like, is Sam as good as they made her out to be in this series so far? Is she just a goody two-shoes, or is there a dark side to Sam?
Well, I think everybody has a dark side to them, like a little bit at least, you know. She's not as good. We said that a while ago. Like she can't be like that good of a person. And remember, I had the whole argument about she was in a hit and run and didn't say shit. Like she lies to her parents, and they're just like, "Nah, my daughter never lies to me. Like let me hate Johnny."
Yeah, there's more clueless parenting.
Yeah, so. She's not all innocent, and she's kind of annoying to me in how, like, in her level of innocence or how she's viewed as so as innocent.
Exactly. And I mean, we saw in some other things, and I mean, it kind of got popped out at that skating party when she got shown to be in the bad light and in the bad part of things. But yeah, she's Sam's not just the innocent little golden girl that she claims or acts out to be sometimes. Like she knows what she's doing. She's trying to have her cookies and eat it too, is what that's all about. But while Sam is picking out something to wear, she spots the Pulpo that Miguel won her in the bottom of the closet, and she picks it up, and we see that she's not exactly over our boy Miguel. It seems like there's still some feelings that are going on.
Yeah, imagine here's another thing with her, right? Imagine breaking up with him because he's jealous in a situation. He had too much to drink. Yeah, he's like, it was kind of shitty of him. He didn't mean to hit her, but you know.
And it wasn't really a hit so much as a hard bump.
Yeah. So, but it was all about him being jealous. She showed up with another dude to the party, and then she ends up dating that dude. So come on, was he wrong? Exactly. No, he wasn't wrong.
Oh, and friends.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. She has to realize he was pretty good. He got jealous of this thing. It turned out he was right. Right. So
exactly. Absolutely. Maybe she had every right to feel that way. Every right to feel that way because look what happened in the end. But yeah, I mean, I like Sam. I mean, I don't know. Like I say, she's not the angel she portrays herself to be, Jake Cruz, but I like her. I don't hate her like I hate the son. Like Danielson's son, thank God, he's been cut out and we haven't even had to see his face pretty much because he is just terrible, dude. I cannot stand that character. I just want him to be punished somehow, which is terrible, but oh my God.
Season 3, come on.
Right? You know it's got to be happening. But out on Johnny and Carmen's date, and I couldn't help but laugh out loud when I saw he took her to a Mexican restaurant, dude. I was like, are you kidding me? It's like she gets homemade, classic, cooked all day long, and when you take her out to someplace different, you take her to a Mexican restaurant, that alone just had me cracking up, right out of the gate.
Yeah, but she's not Mexican, right?
She's not?
I thought she was Panamanian or something. Maybe, I don't know, Guatemalan.
Maybe. I mean, maybe not. Yeah, yeah. But it just seems like when Johnny was over there, they were eating platanos and a lot of Spanish Mexican food. So it just seems like she eats that food a lot already. To the fact that that's where he takes her on a date.
I mean, it was a funny joke. He wouldn't know, right? Colombian.
Exactly.
Like he wouldn't know. He's like, oh, this is something she would like. You know?
Yeah, you're trying to impress her, and you're like, oh, what's some food she would enjoy? So I mean, thinking like minuscule, but I don't know. I was just like I said, it just had me cracking up right out of the gate. Yeah, maybe she's Colombian, but yeah, like I said, she just eats a lot of Spanish and Mexican food, and that's not the place I would have taken her on the first date.
But for my wife's Mexican, and she would love if I took her to a Mexican restaurant. So to be fair, that was the joke. I think you caught the joke more, but I would think like, oh yeah, my wife would like that. But it's really because she just doesn't want to cook like that same shit.
Right. Or, and then you get it and then you have to grade it on like how you cook or what you're used to. And I don't know. It'd be good. And like maybe on a third date, it'd be cool or whatever, but not on the first date. I don't know.
But do you think it creates better conversation when they mess up? Like with my wife, she complains. She likes going to Mexican restaurants, but if we go to one, she complains about how the thing is. And that's like part of her enjoyment, I'm pretty sure. It's like she gets to say, this isn't like how I would have done it. Or like back home, we do this. And this isn't real Mexican. Or the shit she says, and every time we go, she does it. And I'm pretty sure that is part of the enjoyment of the experience for her.
Oh my God. You could be onto something. You could absolutely be onto something. But the date's going pretty fine until, of course, who should walk in on their date night? But, of course, a Danny boy himself. And, of course, the only table left is the one right next to Johnny and Carmen. And it's like, it was just as Hollywood tropey as you could get, but it was pretty fantastic at the same time. Because he just knew good stuff was coming.
Yeah, and these are like my favorite episodes, like these type of things. So...
yeah, there's nothing wrong with this one. This one was fantastic. And I like how Amanda, Daniel's wife, just spews it out right away when the waitress asks if the couples know each other. She's just no holds bar, like, yeah, these two have warring dojos. Like, she didn't give a shit. She just laid it all right on the table right here and now, like, let's just get real. I love her. I love her, dude. She's great.
Yeah. All the women are pretty great in this
they truly are. Absolutely. Yeah, there's nothing really I can complain about except for Robbie's mom, but you're supposed to hate her, so she's doing her job too. Next, we see all of Miyagi-Do has shown up together to Moon's party, and Chris notices how many people are already there, which bums out Dimitri because he only brought Trivial Pursuit. If he knew how many people would have been there, he would have brought Boulder Dash. I mean, come on. And again, they're just never missing a moment to show us just how big and nerdy Dimitri really is. It's like they're never going to get over it. They got to just tell us and just keep it in our face, right?
Right. It's like his character.
It's like we got it like 7 episodes ago, but I guess we just need reminding over and over and over again. Like, yeah, it's ridiculous. But yeah, it was actually kind of fun when he said that. And when the kids get inside, they're more than a little surprised to see Cobra Kai is already there in force, and we already know this is about to become a thing. It's like when you walk in and you see the dojo, your just Nemesis dojo's already there. I mean, you already know it's about to go down.
Yep.
I love the face-off they show before, like the panning, like when they're going face to face, right? When they show it in, like especially when they got to like the 2 littlest dudes, just like that was pretty epic. I was like, this is gonna be great.
Yeah.
But back over to date night, and things are still a bit tense, and we also see things are being pretty much equally. They're all being equal dicks, basically. Daniel's still the bigger dick, but I don't know. They're kind of going back and forth, but the enjoy your Coors Johnny was almost over the top. It's like, what an asshat, dude. Like, you're going to get mad at the man because he's not ordering some fancy lad drink. Like, you're going to act like you're the bigger man because of that. It's like, shouldn't that be opposite?
Yep.
It's like, well, man, Johnny's just trying to have a beer. It's like, you're going to act like he's too poor to have your little fancy lad margarita. I thought that was messed up. And then later on, that comes into effect, too. But again, Amanda has no holds barred, just calling it as she sees it. Like, okay, so we're doing this now. Just calls it out. I was like, oh, hell yeah. And I'm pretty sure she dropped that. Like, it seemed like when I was in school, I was a different boy every week line, just like a little bitch slap. Like when she was sitting there talking to girl, she's like, when Danny and Johnny are kind of acting like they're not talking to each other, but they are. So then she plays the same game with old girl, and she's like, "Oh, it seems like when I was in school, I was with a different boy every week." Like, tell me that's not like a stab to the heart to the husband. Like, what do you do if your wife drops that line at you, dude?
For real.
There's no getting over that. It's like, dude, she knows how to play the game better than anybody, dude. Like, that was the ultimate little bitch slap to Danielson. I was like, Johnny got a good giggle out of that one.
Yeah, if my wife ever pulled that with me, I would roast the shit out of her. Like, and when I heard that line, I thought the same as you. I'm like, dang, she killed him. And I was like, if that was me, I probably would have said, yeah, that's probably why you were only in labor for 2 hours. Like, I would have said some shit like that.
It's like, oh, if we're going no holds barred, let's go no holds barred, because that is ruthless.
Dude, I would have said some, I don't know. Not that my wife was in labor for 2 hours, but they wouldn't know that.
Right. Oh, dude, no. It's like, if we're going below the belt, then, right, the gloves is off. No, that was pretty ruthless. I was like,
yeah, that was good.
She's like just above it all at all levels. Like, absolutely has it handled every step of the way. I love that. I love her character. Also, like how they just slid in the fact that her son and their daughter just used to date. Like, that wouldn't have been a bigger, like, oh shit moment. Like, they just kind of slid that in, like, oh yeah, our daughter and son used to date. Like, oh well, let's move on to the next topic. It was like, what? It's like, that's the first time we like see them together talking about it. Like, that would have been a thing.
Oh yeah, they broke up because he pushed her.
You know what I mean? The whole thing would have been, that would have been way more than just a little sideline. Like, oh yeah, it's too bad our kids used to date. Too bad they broke up. Like, that wouldn't have been just how that went, dude, with two parents. Like, that would have been a whole situation all on itself. I was like, what? Are they just going to slide over that?
Like, I don't know. If the kid's a dumbass, do you really blame the parent? Maybe. But, like, I don't know. If my daughter is dating someone, I could probably be cordial with the boyfriend's parents. That doesn't
even if the boyfriend's parents, you found out that boy had hit your daughter, like, that's how your daughter pinned it, like, he hit me. Then
yeah, I would. I mean, I'm different. I would have beat the shit out of the kid. That ain't the parents.
There's no cordial. That's what I'm saying. I was like, so the way they just slid this whole thing in, like, oh, byline, okay, yeah, we're over that. I was like, shit.
I don't care if he's 12 years old. I'll knock his head off.
So yeah, that's like, I don't know. I just thought that was a little weird. I thought that was a little weak how they just kind of tried to slide that in as a little one-liner, like, oh, we're just going to tie this up real quick with this. I was like, no, that's not how that would have went at all.
We should cut that out so it's not used in evidence in court one day.
Right? Oh, man. Back out to the teen party, and we see little Nate's not scared. There's a dance circle going on, and when Nate gets tapped in, he takes no time at all, showing he's got those party steps handled. Somebody's mastered just the dance video game series. My man was getting it. Yeah. How great was that dance-off, dude? Little Nate was the star. I was loving that.
Dude, that was hilarious.
That's amazing. And next we hear the life of the party has arrived. And hey, it's Stingray. His date asked, like, what are we doing here, dude? That was so epic. Like, she thought they were going to his friend's house party. And he's like, yeah, these are my friends. He's like, take a spin, babe. I was just like, dude, I love the Stingray. Like, he is epic. Like,
dude, his next episode, it's the best. I'm telling you. I love Stingray even up until that point, but next episode is his shining moment. Dude, it's awesome.
Oh, he's like, it just, I don't know. I don't know how he steps it up from where he is, because he has been literally epic, dude.
Dude, the one-liners. He's up there with Johnny with like the little idiosyncrasies, like where he does weird shit, and you're just like, that's amazing how he did that. And like that he would say that. For me, he's up there with Johnny with stuff like that.
Oh, absolutely, dude. Absolutely. He is absolutely amazing. No, he is. He's my man. He's definitely in top 3 favorite characters in this situation. But outside, Tori with a Y is killing the drinking games. And of course, out walks Sam, and the challenge is on. And you know it's about to be good right here. So we get back, but they got to put us on hold and go back to date night, and the pissing match is continuing. As Johnny and Daniel just eyeball each other over their menus, and Daniel even has to make fun of the way Johnny orders, like, I'll just have the polo tacos. It's like, come on, man, get over it. He's so petty.
He is, like, the constant looking down, like, I'm better than you because I know this thing, or like I hate Danny in this show. I really do. Like, he's real petty. He's that kid that never grew up. Like, I don't know. I don't like him.
No, he's ridiculous, dude. Man, they're painting it that way, but no, he's awful. You think Jake Cruz is right that the parents weren't really privy to the details of the relationship? I mean, they knew they were going out, but maybe that's all they knew, that she was seeing somebody but didn't really know anything about it.
Oh, yeah.
Know that there was contact made.
Yeah, like, you know, she's not telling her parents if she fellaced him or anything. So probably not saying he hit her. I'm just saying, like, you have to think of it like that. It's a good point. How much about my parents just knew I dated this girl, and they didn't know shit about it.
That's true. They never really knew what happened. They might have known where you went on a certain time, but they never knew the details. That's true. That's true. So out at the house party, and Tori with the Y and Sam are still at it, and Stingray has to get on his date. Like, hey, we don't cheer for them, dude. We hate the Miyagi-Dos. And I mean, just every word out of his mouth is, like you said, Johnny style. It's starting to be all pure gold. And can we just take a second to talk about the duct tape 40 to his hand? Like,
Edward 40 hands, baby. You ever done that?
Never, dude. Never.
Oh,
I've never seen it. I've never heard of it.
You never heard? It's called Edward 40 hands, right? You duct tape 40s to your hands. You can't, like, so you got 80 ounces of pee building up, and you can't go to the bathroom until you drink both of them. So,
or open the door when the cops come. But yeah, that's just,
yeah.
I was like, are you kidding? I have never heard of that, never seen that. I was crying.
Edward 40 hands.
Oh, dude, I'm loving the fucking ray of Sting for sure. Then we got inside. Hawk thinks he has a plan to win back Moon, but it blows up in his face when he finds out the girl he's hitting on is Piper's new girlfriend. It's like, that was a pretty sweet little twist. Did you see that one coming?
I did not.
No, that was awesome. And this, of course, puts him in an even worse mood, which makes the timing of Dimitri coming over to patch things up, his old best friend, even worse. It's like, he's in no mood. He just got shown up by a girl. The winning over the girl thing's not working. It's like, that's not going to work out. And then they start talking, and at first, he's like, quit talking nerd shit, even though he was loving it and absolutely picking it up. And what happens, of course, Hawk has to just dump a drink over Dimitri's head. And when Dimitri was just trying to, like, relive some old fun times that they used to share. It's like, I don't know. I believe this was going to be the last straw. Like, Dimitri is not going to want to be friends after this. You think is this the point of no return?
Yeah, probably. I mean, I don't know. Dimitri, I mean, he'll probably forgive, but yeah, we'll see what happens. Yeah. I mean, stuff happens in this episode, so.
Absolutely. Well, it's not just going to stop there, not with two Warren Dojos both at the same party. I mean, it's got to be on by the end of this, right?
Right.
So alone at the table, and Daniel and Johnny finally start to air a few things out, and Daniel tells Johnny about Kreese's threat, and Johnny lets him know that he kicked Kreese out because, he's out of his life for good, and, he's not about that stuff, and he had no idea what was going on. So Daniel kind of starts to relax a little bit after hearing that, and finally, the one time they actually air something out and actually talk it out and, like, get the details out, everything works out fine. It's like, shouldn't they take a hint from that and maybe try to get a little more clarity on a few more situations?
I just like how they work into, like, getting along with shit. Like, the whole thing over the waitress not writing it down. Just write it down. Like, like that kind of stuff.
Just exactly.
It's like, I don't know. I think Johnny's always prepared. Like, he can be cordial to Danny, but it's Danny who's just like, he'll pretend to be cordial, but he's looking down on him the whole time. And it's those kind of situations where he's like, oh, we kind of are the same. Like,
But Danny's so petty. He just can't ever get over it. Like, he can't drop anything. But I mean, he's also got in the back of his head, I'm sure he had that crease thing, and we're going to war. So I mean, all walls are up right now with him. So like I was saying, they finally talked it out, and look what happened. They actually started being cordial and started being able to figure it out and be decent to each other.
Right.
So the ladies return to the table, and Johnny hears Robbie's been enrolled in West Valley High. And in the end, Johnny's actually glad to hear Robbie's back in school. And they, also see that they are on they also see they were on they were the only ones on the right that they agreed on. Oh, this was the one thing that they agreed on. And I don't know why I had that twisted out, but that wasn't the only thing they agreed on, because what we were just talking about, the waitress should always write it down. So basically, it just shows them getting on the same page, and I thought that was pretty tight. Like I said, they actually talked about it, and look how easy everything worked out. But outside at the party, and Sam and Tori are one leg drinking on stools, and it's close, but finally, Tori with a Y gets distracted and falls, and I don't think this was totally fair, because Tori had already battled and felled like hella other opponents. Like, she's not exactly that big, so she's too little to keep taking on one opponent after another. So was that really a fair fight?
No, 100% not. But I still want her to win. I'm in. I'm just saying, I would rather her win, but whatever, you can't win them all, especially in a row in drinking games.
Yeah, exactly, dude. I mean, she's going to be wobbly, drunk, her balance is always going off. But Jay Cruz is bringing up the fact that Daniel did get his house broken into, but again, he found out later that Johnny knew nothing about that, and that was only certain things. Now, I don't know if that's going to come to complete light by the end of it, but little pieces of it already are, because old girl already knows that Robbie lied about this, that Miguel brought back the thing, and they had nothing to do with it, and Robbie hid that little fact. So that's still going to come back and blow up in somebody's face before it all. And I don't even know, is that in this episode? Like later on, I think we're getting ready to figure that out. So yeah.
Also, to be fair, Johnny did get his car torched. So I mean, if we're talking about things, I'm just saying.
That's true. Yeah, they both got some skin in the game. Absolutely. Jake says she shouldn't have done it, but I mean, come on, these are high school kids. The hormones, the rage. I mean, hey, they're like, I can do anything, take on the world. Of course, she's not going to back down, especially from Sam of all people. She just felt how many other bigger dudes. She's not going to back down from little Sam after all this. She probably figured it'd be nothing. Little Sam doesn't even drink, but she found out a little different. We found out Daniel didn't. Daniel, I thought they didn't know. Daniel went in and Johnny said he didn't know anything, but it was like one quick line, and Daniel wasn't buying it. He's like, "Yeah, right." So he did tell him that he didn't know what he was talking about, but Daniel, of course, didn't believe him, because Daniel never believes anything. He always thinks he's in the right.
Yeah, 100%. He's not going to believe him.
Yeah,
we already know that.
But I love how in the background, like Stingray had like that 40 tape to each hand. Like, again, like, yeah, I didn't realize, like you explained in the game, like what that's about. But that's the first thing I thought of, is like, how's this man going to drink that much and take it? Like, he better hope his girlfriend's like happy and ready to go, because that's a bad situation right there. But hearing that that's actually what it's for is just amazing.
Get you hammered, because you're going to have to pee in about 10 minutes.
Oh, yeah, dude. Are you kidding me? That's ruthless. That is ruthless. So, yeah, you have no choice but to pound it quick. But back to date night, and things are going swimmingly, and time to take it up a notch. So let's dance. Time for Carmen to become the sensei salsa teacher. She's going to be the new salsa sensei. And you just knew Johnny was going to have no moves on the floor, right?
Yeah, for sure. 100%.
It almost would have been epic if he went out there and busted like some old school John Travolta moves or some shit. Like, that would have been pretty amazing. But
yeah, that would have been funny.
It was pretty great though, because you knew there's no way he's going to be able to do it. But Johnny's having so much fun. He orders another round and make it a double, which I thought was kind of funny, since he's only drinking beer and he's sitting there ordering doubles. But yeah, Johnny was having a good time. Good to see my man like just being able to relax for a little bit. Back at the party, and Sam's getting a bit tipsy, and Aisha agrees Sam should slow down, and she also feels her own, She also fills her in on who was and wasn't party to trashing the Miyagi-Do, which we were just talking about. And then caps it off by letting her know that not only was Miguel not part of it, but he's the one who that found the Medal of Honor and returned it to him, which Robbie just tried to play out like he found in the ground. But they would have known. Even Dimitri, like, first thing he said was, we looked everywhere. We looked through here. How did we not see it? So I think she's going to believe pretty quick that, yeah, it wasn't just there, that Robbie dropped it there after Miguel brought it home. So is that like one of the main reasons why she's back in and like catching feels and maybe getting a little kissy time in?
Exactly. Like, maybe Robbie ain't so trustworthy. I still think like the shit over the Medal of Honor, like Mr. Miyagi didn't care about it. So why should Danny care so much about it? I think it was, well, I'm pretty sure he didn't care that much about the medal.
Well, he would have had to care because, I mean, he had it displayed there at the dojo. So, I mean, that would have had to mean something to him.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Mr. Miyagi didn't care that much about it. He didn't think of it as like a good thing.
He probably, yeah.
I'll have to go back and watch it, but I'm pretty sure that he didn't. So I don't know why Danny.
Well, Daniel is just more of a memory and a memento of a man he loves so much. You know, it's just another keepsake, another reminder of a man that he respected. So, I mean, I kind of get why Daniel does it so much, but that is crazy. And yes, you're right. After Johnny got his car blazed, he showed up to fight. Absolutely. So, indeed. He's like, I'm with you. I don't want any of my stuff stolen regardless. So, yeah, I mean, you're going to be hyped about that regardless. I think Danny did maybe more memories for him. Yeah, that's what I was saying. It's like it's just more important to him for the memory of Mr. Miyagi more than the actual what it is. But yeah, that's one way or another. That's going to become a thing when they start talking about it. Probably like right when they face off in some big battle in the hallway of school or something. But now it's time for some revenge, and Dimitri's finally had it. He takes revenge the only way he knows how, with a war of words. Eli was my binary brother. Now he's a real zero. That was actually a pretty smooth line. I thought that was pretty dope. For everybody that doesn't know, binary numbers are 1 and 2. So now he's not a 1 or 2. He's a 0. I love that. That's pretty great.
1 and 0.
I mean, yeah, 1 and 0. He was a binary. My bad. He was a binary brother, zeros and ones. But now he's not a 0 1. He's just a 0. Switch it up. My bad. But so I mean, he's dropping the one-liners, getting fucking revenge the only way he knows how. And I was with little Nate when he said, like, I love math humor. Like, that was a pretty good one when he dropped it, dude. That was pretty dope. So we switch back over, and looks like date night is coming to an end, and Daniel and Johnny actually shook hands, which is a pretty big moment. And as the same thing, they make up. Miguel out at the party goes out to make peace with Sam, and that ends up in a brace with a kiss as well. So, of course, Tori with a Y had to see all that through the window, and she's not at all happy. So what's this about to be?
Well, it's a karate show, so
there's definitely going to be a fight. Is there a way? I mean, was there a way I mean, obviously we know how it ends. We'll get into it. But, I mean, is there a way this doesn't basically end up or almost end up in a face-off by the end of this? 2 Warren dojos at a party with alcohol. Is there any way a fight doesn't break out?
Doubt it.
Jay Cruz says Miyagi said he got it for being lucky. That's what I was thinking when you were saying that, him not being proud about it. I'm saying he's probably more not proud about being part of the war. Like, it was probably an anti-war statement than more than anything. Like, I got this for being a part of something that was despicable type of deal. Would be my guess. I think Danny really looked up to him as a mentor. Of course he did. Absolutely. So inside, Hawk has heard enough. You're a dead man. And you're going to have to go through me, and it's about to be on. And Stingray shouts out, I smell a rumble. It's about to go down when, whoop, whoop, the cop sirens come. Time to bail. But, I mean, dude, come on. Stingray with a grown man in a room full of kids, like, being that hyped on a rumble ready to break out. Is there just something wrong with this man? Yeah. It's epic in the fact of the series, but when you really look at that, like, that's messed up.
Yeah.
Like, is he going to be a part of it and start kicking the shit out of like underage kids? Like, I mean, he's got 2 40s on each hand. He's going to start cracking 40s over teenagers' heads.
2 kids gonna catch 40s in the back of their head.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's not good, dude. I'm like, you think about the logistics of that, and that was getting ready to go real bad, real fast. Oh man, that makes sense. The Japanese are very humble though about the metal. Yeah, I believe that. They're very humble people. Period. So yeah, I believe that. But yeah, I don't know. When I was seeing those 2 40s, I was like, dude, that could be a great and horrible thing in the middle of a fight. That's horrible. But all the kids scatter and Stingray's in trouble because he can't even open the door with the 40 taped to each hand. And like, how is he even using? That's what I typed in here. Is like, how is he using the bathroom all night? But I guess that was the trick. You're not supposed to be able to until you're done. But like, I don't know. Just the fact that he lets out, he's going to be in big trouble if he goes to jail again with his mom. I was like, epic, dude. How much do we love this character?
At first I thought that was hilarious. I'm like, yeah, he's an adult. Like, what's he running for? Then I realized they already know a bunch of kids are drinking here. He's in the most trouble if he gets caught there.
Most, exactly. Being a grown adult drinking with kids.
That's because they would blame him for getting the alcohol.
Yeah,
contributing to the delinquency of a minor. Like,
so he would be busted. But the fact he couldn't open the door, dude, the way he was crying, like, that was a pretty great scene right there. I love that. Absolutely, respect to the fallen. Very few people who live get the Medal of Honor. Absolutely. So, Johnny drops Carmen back off at home, and you had to love like the little line she dropped, like maybe next time we can try something a little more advanced, letting them know that there will be no nookie tonight. I thought that was pretty clever. It's like, oh, maybe next time we can try something a little more advanced. Like she was talking about the salsa, but she was talking about you're not getting more than a kiss tonight because this is about to stop right here and now.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was pretty dope.
Shucks.
Exactly. Not for you, Johnny. Yeah, he was all primed and ready to. My man, that sucks. But he leaves her with a kiss and then heads home to lament not asking her over. But wait, there may still be hope because he hears a knock at the door and he calls out, "What, you missed me already?" Nope, it's not Carmen, but his son with a drunken Danielson's daughter. Hi, Dad. Did you expect this at all when you saw that happen the first time?
No, I did not. And then when I saw it, I'm like, oh, man. I mean, it makes sense from Robbie's perspective. It makes sense from even from Johnny's perspective. Like, and I think if Danny even thought about it, it would make sense from his perspective. He took in Johnny's son without Johnny's permission, right? Like, he just like, oh, you're with the shitty dude. I'm taking with, you're with Kreese still. I'm taking your son. Like, you don't have that ability. You don't have the right to do that.
Yeah.
So, if you really thought about it, he'd be like, oh, yeah, like, and Johnny knows, if you think about it, Johnny comes off looking like a great person in this, in reality. Like, he doesn't want Danny to have the image of his perfect daughter destroyed, right? Because think about, he took her side on everything and thinks that she wouldn't lie to him. All that crap. And Johnny protects that image. Or attempts to protect that image. Like, that's pretty well, and he's also protecting his son at the same time. But all around, he kind of looks like a good dude. I mean, maybe not the right decision. Maybe you say, yeah, fuck that. You better take her to the house. Like, get her out of here.
Get that drunk girl out of here.
Yeah.
He's definitely winning some cool dad points. I mean, absolutely. And what do you think? Like, will this be the start of Robbie and Johnny reconnecting? I mean, obviously, he's got to take her in, and basically that's the gateway in to reconnecting with your son, right?
Right.
I mean, in the end all, that's basically, you would think that's what it has to be. Like, will Johnny say they need to tell Daniel, or will he just try to help Robbie, like, pull this caper off, do you think? So you probably already know the answer because you've seen it.
Yeah. I know. I'm just saying.
Yeah. I think, I think Johnny's going to, Johnny being Johnny, he's going to try to help Robbie pull this caper off. I don't think. He's not going to send drunk Sam back to Danielson. I don't think so. But if Robbie does pull this off, will Sam forgive him for lying about the medal, do you think?
Yeah, maybe.
Like this could be like his way in, like, okay, you got me out of getting killed by my parents, so I'll let that one thing go, but I'll remember because that wasn't cool.
Yeah, and I'll bring it up in 4 years when we get into some fight, some little argument.
Right, yeah, exactly, like real life. But I mean, that's the last thing is like, would it even matter? Because it kind of looks like Sam still has feelings for Miguel. So will it even matter about that? It seems like no matter what happens.
That's where it's gonna be like we're even. You lied to me about the Medal of Honor, and I kissed my ex-boyfriend. We're
Oh,
even, Steven.
I don't know if that's even.
Well, in her eyes, that's gonna be even, Steven.
Right. It probably will be, but oh my God. Yeah, that's going to be something. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing the finale, probably the only run around that's been watching this stream that actually hasn't seen the finale. But yeah, I'm going to watch it tonight and be ready to go. And we're going to stream about that tomorrow. Like I said, I already got spoiled. I already know my man Miguel's going down. I'm irritated and I know that, but still need to figure out how it happens, who does it, and how they're going to leave it. And it sounds like on Friday we'll be ready to get it up and running right away with season 3. So yeah, running right up to it, just kind of how we wanted to, and looks like it'll work out just fine.
So why do you think they pushed up the release?
I think maybe it got out and they're afraid it's going to leak out or whatever. They're going to people are going to put it all out online, and basically the world would have seen it before it even aired, type of deal. So I think maybe it's something like that to push it up. That'd be my guess.
My theory is that like The Office is leaving and Netflix, and they want people to have something to watch before they like cancel their Netflix. It's like, oh, they got Cobra Kai, and then they get that additional month to like work things in.
That's true. I mean, from a business perspective, this will be the first one. Like people would cancel at the first of the month, New Year. Like, oh, we don't need Netflix. We're like, that's our New Year's resolution. We're going to save money, so we're going to cancel Netflix type thing. Like, well, no, you can't because Cobra Kai's starting today, so you want to watch that. So I could definitely do it. They wanted it out before the Civil War starts. Oh man, let's hope not. Let's hope not. But yeah, I think my thing is they don't want it leaked. They don't want it being leaked out to the world before they get to air it. They want everybody to pay for Netflix and actually watch it on Netflix before it gets leaked online to everybody else. That would be my guess. And there's probably like rumors of it already being out there or something. So maybe
there might be. I don't know shit.
You know. And like I said, I wasn't trying to see a trailer. I clicked on, not as the end, I'll say it. I was clicked on to watch a thing on Wonder Woman because what a shit show that was. Oh my God. And I wanted to see what another review said about it. And I don't know if it was like them showing like this falling and that comparing that to the movie, or if it was like still like an end commercial. I don't remember. I was doing a bunch of shit, but yeah, when I saw that, just saw Miguel falling, and then remember seeing him in that brace and that meme. I was like, "You son of a!" I was not happy. But like I said, still need to figure out how it happens and who does it. But yeah, that was a bummer to see that spoiler.
Yep, I'm with you. But to be fair, it was a while ago. So I mean, it's like, what if people couldn't make memes about things because it might spoil it for a DJ?
Right, exactly. Can't do that. So I did my best not to be spoiled on anything. Made it all the way to the second to last episode. What can I do? Oh, what's up? See Aaron showing out there. Good to see you, buddy. Netflix is getting squeezed out of the famous popular shows is a problem. Really?
They got Seinfeld though. Like, so that might hold some people. I mean, I really like Seinfeld, but it's more. My wife doesn't like Seinfeld as much. I think that, The Office, everybody can watch The Office. Like 90% of people would like The Office. Maybe 70% like Seinfeld. I'm just saying. And I think they paid like $1 billion for Seinfeld. It's something like that. That's crazy. That's a crazy amount of money.
Oh man, I don't mean to spoil it, and hey, maybe it might be for some people, but I remember I was literally sitting there saying out loud, "This is awful. This is awful." Like there was some cute, funny moments or whatever, but it was bad. It was just bad. Yeah, the first Wonder Woman was amazing. I loved it. One of the probably best DC movies out there, other than some of the Batmans, maybe. Like Wonder Woman was awesome. This one, not so much. And I get it; they were going for a cheesy, tongue in cheek, trying to make it more '80s. And then the Giant Tamer's sitting there the whole time, like she's like, "Oh, that didn't happen. Oh, they didn't do it like that. That wasn't '80s. Like, why are they trying to mash genres? Like, basically you're trying to get some like 2000 babies trying to write what was going down in the 80s. Like, you should have got some older folks from the 80s, sucker. That ain't how it went down." But no, yeah, it was, I don't know. You see that they're trying to be a little cheesier and trying to show things like it was back in the 80s, but there's just time like it was just awful. It was bad. Oh man, your feeling was gonna be bad when we saw the original guy in it. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm not going to spoil anything because I'm sure you're going to watch it. I'll just say not. There you go, Linda R. There we are. She liked it. So there it is. I'm sure there are plenty of people out there that will like it. I was not one of them. I also hated that Brad Pitt movie, whatever. Yeah, a lot of people like that. And that won hell Oscars, and I thought that was god-awful too. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood or whatever.
Oh, that's a Tarantino movie, though.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, that was terrible. It was so boring, just driving around looking at feet. Like, that was terrible. Anyway, that's a whole nother rant for a whole nother day. We're going to be back tomorrow night finishing up with the finale of Cobra Kai. We're going to get it in, so hope to see you guys all there. Once again, it'll be on probably about 6:30 same time, and we'll get it knocked out and be all ready to go for season 3 when they drop it. So once again, I want to thank everybody for making their way out. Thank Andy for being here with us tonight, and sounds like he's going to be back tomorrow. And what do you rate this episode as far as all the episodes 1 through 9 so far in season 2?
I'm a cuddly guy, and I like the interactions with Johnny and Danny, and I always rate those highly. And now you got Stingray coming in with some goodness. Yeah, this one's up there for me. This is in my top 5 episodes, this one. So I don't know about a score because my scores might differ, but top 5.
Yeah, I'm with it. Top 5. This was a great one. Had me giggling outside. Dude, the little one-liners, the things in the background, the things you're almost not supposed to hear. Like, it's almost like a secondary background in. Those are some of the most epic lines in this whole series. Like, I love it. So, yeah, looking forward to seeing the finale, and we will be back on to talk about it tomorrow. So, hope everybody out there is having an absolutely fantastic week, and it only gets better from here. See you guys soon. Be easy.